All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Earlier this week, our city was once again targeted for simply being who we are. They did so in hopes of manufacturing outrage, to divide neighbors, to use our city as a staging ground for clicks, for views, for political stunts. Because our coexistence is threatening to those who reject the most sacred of all American ideals, that we are created equal, and that we are all entitled to a place in the American story. We are gathered on a historic Altar Road, where every day these beautiful houses of worship open their doors to all members of the Dearborn family. Inside of these walls, people may pray differently, look differently, but they walk out into a city that always has, despite all the outside noise, chosen to stand firmly together, just as we're standing here today. Because whether you're looking out from the stained glass of this church or the minarets of this mosque, the flag planted firmly in front of both wave the same. It has the same number of stars and the same number of stripes, and it belongs to all of us. Behind us stand leaders from every faith community, every neighborhood, every walk of life. This is America at its best. This is America at its strongest. An America that does not carve exceptions to what ideals, does not stain its Constitution with terms and conditions about who can be excluded from the American family. Dearborn has said to the entire world, come here and find safety. Come here and find dignity. Come here and find opportunity. And for generations, people from around the world were drawn to that promise. Dearborn has always been a city of families who came here seeking opportunity. Lebanese and Yemeni families, Polish and Irish and Italian families, Black, Latino, Muslim, Christian, Jewish families. Generations of immigrants and generations of veterans. We are many stories woven into one American fabric, the fabric of the American flag. So let me say it clearly, without hesitation or qualification. Dearborn's doors are open to everyone. Whether you are Muslim, whether you are Christian, whether you are Jewish, people of all faiths or no faith at all, you are welcome here. We will not seek to burn your holy books, but rather we will create a safe place for you to worship. We will not mock the pronunciation of your name. We will dignify it. We will not build fences across lines of differences as much as we will build bridges. That is the best of our tradition and our promise. And as mayor, I will defend that promise with everything that I have. If not for me and everyone standing here, for our daughters and our sons and for future generations. Dearborn's future will not be written by outsiders with torches of fear. It will be written by the people of this city, by all of us, standing here collectively, working together, living together, and moving forward together. So today, we reaffirm something simple and powerful. Dearborn belongs to everyone. Every faith, every background, every life journey. You have a home here. You have a place here. You have rights here. And we will protect that, proudly and without exception. And now I'd like to welcome our Congresswoman, one of our fearless leaders, Rashida Tlaib.
Thank you so much to our incredible mayor. This is a message to our families in the 12th Congressional District because I want to speak to them. They're impacted directly and the most. I want you to know that I see you and that I love you. Our neighbors, we know, do not deserve the kind of violent and hateful rhetoric we've witnessed on Tuesday in our beautiful, beloved city of Dearborn. From the people, again, who do not even live in our community, do not understand our community. One thing that hate mongers will never get is that our shared humanity and survival against racism, xenophobia, and Islamophobia is stronger than anything they ever will try to spew. It will only make us stronger as a community. I know the 12th Congressional District is made up of the most compassionate, loving people. All across my district, we outwork the hate. We outwork the hate by never forgetting our shared humanity. I want you to know that your Congresswoman has your back, and I will continue to fight to ensure that you are not used as pawns in this growing divisive time. I will stand by while people attempt to dehumanize. I will not stand by. You do not deserve to be dehumanized. Together, we're going to send a message today and always, every single day, that we belong and we're not going anywhere. And as a mother, not just as a Congresswoman, I want parents to know, sit down with your children. It's time. I never thought the experience I experienced after 9/11 would be the same hateful rhetoric we're experiencing now again. It never went away. But now our kids have access to social media and they see it. And I want them to know, no matter how many people try to put tables out to try to convert us as if something is wrong with our faith, as if those that continue to try to make it like we don't belong here, I want you to know that your children have all of us standing behind them. Because before we're any elected officials or faith leaders, we are also the protectors of our children. And I want them to know that, again, we have their back, and they absolutely know that we're going to show up for them in a beautiful way. Again, thank you so much to Dearborn for doing what's right and coming together today. And thank you for all the elected officials for having courage to stand with us today. I really, really am grateful from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Congresswoman. On behalf of all 10 million people who call the state of Michigan home, I want all of them to understand that all are welcome here in the city of Dearborn. As the mayor of this amazing city said, everyone has a place here. And today, all of us in Michigan, we're living to the best of our ideas. We stand tall against fear, against bigotry, and against any attempt to divide our people or our communities. See, as Michiganders, we show that everyone is welcome here, that we reject all political rejection and political violence. We know that this state is actually big enough for everyone to be here and succeed and be the best version of ourselves. Earlier this week, we saw events that are rooted not just in fear, but the worst kind of fear. The kind that comes from people being so afraid of their neighbors that they attack and attempt to silence them. That is the kind of fear that evolves inevitably into hate. And that kind of fear and hate results in the unacceptable political rhetoric and violence that endangers our democratic and community traditions. It violently violates the rule of law. But we know that fish rots at the head, because we saw that same energy from the President of these United States, who attacked not just any senator, but our senator here in the state of Michigan. Those comments, just like the actions of those who sought to invade this city, are inappropriate and unacceptable and are the worst version of what happens in the state of Michigan. We must not excuse, we must not accept, we must not normalize any political violence or those things that lead toward it. This is a proud city and a proud state with so much to offer the world, a community that has offered it willingly for years and generations. And you sense it when you take a step any place in Dearborn, West Dearborn, South Dearborn. Every place is safe and welcome. The city is full of friendly and decent people who want to live their lives not as targets, but as human beings. Those are the Michiganders we stand tall for. All you're trying to do is mind your own business. All you're trying to do is just walk outside. All you're trying to do is get something to eat. All you're trying to do is be you. The best version of Michigan welcomes you. We, the folks standing here who represent different portions of this community, different parts of this state, but all of the best versions of it. So y'all, let's work together to achieve and realize that vision. where we reach our fullest potential, where we recognize that we are all our best when we accept one another. Because somebody who comes to your community and tries to change, they don't love you. They don't love you. They will never see you. Because if they saw you, they wouldn't try to change you. They would welcome you. They would embrace you. They would encourage you. They would visit this community not with the energy to change and divide and destroy, but instead they would visit this community with the energy to understand and to enjoy. That is what I want for Michigan, whether they visit Dearborn, whether they visit Detroit, whether they visit Delta County, the Upper Peninsula. I want everyone to visit every community with that kind of energy and perspective. We all have to recognize that, you see, all of us, our families, our communities, our people, we actually decided to come to Michigan on purpose. We chose this place. And we chose this place because either it was the right place for us to come and pursue opportunity, or it was the right place for us to come to escape the kind of oppression that reared its ugly head when hate walked through these streets. But we can reclaim that Michigan that is that aspirational and that safe for all of us. So let's choose to stand together for that Michigan. Let's choose to stand tall for that Michigan. Let's choose to lock arms for that Michigan. And let's choose to make Dearborn its epicenter. Thank you and God bless you. Now we'll hear words from our Secretary of State.
Thank you. I stand here today with Dearborn. I stand here today in unity. And what we represent, what all of us standing here today, from different religious backgrounds, from different faith backgrounds, from different parts of the state, is what is best of Michigan. What is best when we all come together. And what we saw this week, not just here in Dearborn, but all across our country, is a reminder of the era that we are in. An era where people use hate and division to divide and turn us against each other, when what is truly best is when we see each other, when we see our common humanity, when we recognize that we're all in this together, that we cannot thrive, our economy cannot grow, our democracy cannot succeed, if we do not recognize that we're all in this together. So I'm here today to ask the people of Michigan to join us in standing with Dearborn, because we are all in this together. And we are all better when we stand together in support of each other, seeing our humanity, seeing our common love for the state and each other and our families, and our devotion to ensuring that Michigan is the best place for all of us to come home and call home, the best place for us to grow our families, the best place for us to build our businesses. And when we think about what makes Michigan truly the strong state that it can and must be, it is communities like Dearborn that remind us and send messages to everyone in this nation that our diversity is our strength, that our diverse perspectives make us better, but only if we commit, all of us, to see each other, to hear, truly hear each other, to love each other, and to recognize that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So my ask for the people of Michigan is to stand with us, to stand with Dearborn, and to help us send a message that if you come for one of us, you come for all of us. I want to thank the mayor and your incredible team for being on call for every single one of your residents in the midst of all the chaos that you experienced this week, but every day. This community is safer because of your leadership, because of your Congresswoman's leadership, because of your law enforcement, your fire safety, everyone. And so we also have to invest in these great leaders who are continuing to stand with all of us. And I'm proud to do that today in gratitude for ensuring the attempts to disrupt and create violence or worse in this community did not succeed this week. Instead, thanks to these great local leaders and so many others, instead, they brought us together, right? We can use every challenge, every attempt to divide us to make us stronger. And that is exactly what this week will do. That is exactly how we all will react to this era of political violence that we find ourselves in. We will tell those folks, hate will not win in our state. Division will not flourish in our state. Unity will. Community will. All of us together will show the nation that in a state like Michigan, with representation from every walk of life in this state, that we can come together and show this country that diversity makes us stronger, that we all thrive together. That's the Michigan I believe in. That is what Dearborn can remind us all to be and fight for together. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to thank all the elected officials who came today to stand with us. Wayne County Executive Warren Evans supports our Dearborn community but could not be with us today. On Tuesday, a group of right-wing extremists claiming to fight against Sharia law in Dearborn descended upon this great, diverse American city with some of them in military-style gear, ready for a war that exists only within the confines of their narrow minds. This so-called law they speak of is nothing but a figment of their own hateful imaginations. Those individuals seek to spread fear and division among our peaceful Dearborn community. Let me paint a picture for you of the ignorance and disrespect these outsiders displayed when they arrived in Dearborn. They walked past a nativity scene on Michigan Avenue, which has been part of Dearborn's Christmas traditions for decades. They walked by a bar, and even by one of Dearborn's two gentlemen's clubs, to protest a law that does not exist. Then these outside agitators stood within the walls of our city council chamber, reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and listening to an invocation by a local Christian pastor. Then one of them took the podium and ethnically intimidated the mayor and the council members. This all happened in a city where mosques stand proudly alongside church steeples. Ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful background truly exemplifies the real meaning of our coexistence here in Dearborn. With all that in mind, we ask the simple question: where is the Sharia law they claim to be fighting against? No liquor stores are allowed on Sharia law, just so you know. The Dearborn community is weary of outsiders who seek to demean us and target our Muslim neighbors. We are deeply troubled by the offensive display of hate, such as burning the Quran and wrapping it with bacon in a sick attempt to intimidate and provoke us. Arab and Muslim Americans are loyal to this great nation, and we are part of this great American fabric. We are deeply rooted in America, the country of immigrants. My grandfather immigrated to the land of opportunities in 1905 and worked in the shipyard in Michigan City, Indiana, before settling here in Dearborn. This is our country too. We love to serve. There are approximately 10,000 Arab and Muslim Americans serving in the United States Armed Forces, and many of them are from Dearborn. We have many Arab American proud veterans. Commander Hussein Sam Sarani, the brother of our Council President Mike Sarani, is the first Arab American naval commander. In 2021, he took command of the USS Nitsi, a guided missile destroyer. Asad Turfi, my good friend, is the Deputy Wayne County Executive. Sam Jafer is the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management in Wayne County. His brother Mike Jafer is the Under Sheriff in Wayne County. Mayor Abdullah Hammoud, Mayor Mo Beydoun of Dearborn Heights, State Rep Al-Abbas Farhad. All of these proud Arab Americans I just mentioned were born and raised in Dearborn, and 3 of them have served and are serving in the law enforcement community. Dr. Ali and Dr. Muhammad Beydoun, 2 of the most prominent neurosurgeons in the world, are both Dearborn natives. This is who we are. Dearborn produces talents, not extremists. In conclusion, there is no Sharia law in Dearborn. We are governed by the highest law of the land, the Constitution of the United States of America. Let us stand united against hate and fear, and continue to embrace the values of peace, love, and acceptance that truly define us as a city and as a nation. Thank you, and may God bless America.
Great afternoon, everyone. I am just honored to be able to stand here today. I'm not just standing with fellow elected officials and colleagues. I'm literally standing here today with friends, with family, with people that I've grown to love, people I call my babies in politics, and being able to occupy this space lets you know how strong and deep the ties between Dearborn and Detroit truly are. We are not just neighbors to the east and west of each other. Our communities have been intertwined, literally interwoven for more than a century. And so I am proud today to be able to have this opportunity that we stand here against racism, against injustice, against the sheer fact that people can come into our community, our state, and literally feel that they have the right, the audacity to dictate how we fellowship with one another. And so with that being said, the people of Detroit and the city of Detroit stand with Dearborn. And we will always continue to stand with Dearborn. And with that being said, Father, come on, Father God. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here. My name is Father Bob McCabe. I'm a Catholic priest serving at Divine Child Parish here in Dearborn. I've lived in Dearborn for 21 years of my life, along with more than 100,000 other people. It's a big city with a small town feel to it. Dearborn is a beautiful city where young neighbors lovingly, respectfully look out for their elderly neighbors. It is a city where people extend kind words to one another while waiting in the line at the grocery store. It's a place where neighbors bring food to their neighbors when someone is sick, or to console someone at a time of sorrow. I remember once when someone's car wouldn't start and had to get to work. A neighbor extended his keys and said, "Here, use my car." All of these kind actions were between people of different faiths, but who shared a mutual respect for one another. These examples resonate with me because my Christian faith calls me to love and to value every person I encounter. Amen? Amen? Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta, I'm sure some of you have heard of her. She loved us with a lot of wisdom. She devoted her whole life to living out the call of Jesus to love our neighbors as we love Him. Mother Teresa always put a lot of emphasis on the importance of a smile. She once wrote, "Let us always meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love." Here in Dearborn, I am the recipient of many warm, sincere smiles. I love Dearborn, and I'm proud to call it my home. God has blessed the city of Dearborn in countless ways throughout the generations. In the spirit of Blessed Solanus Casey, someone from the Detroit area, a very holy man, in his spirit, we thank God ahead of time for the many blessings He will bestow upon us in the future. In the Catholic Church this weekend, we celebrate the feast. It's entitled The Feast of Christ the King. Christ's kingdom is a kingdom of love and peace. God bless you all.
Just to conclude, and I think we'll do one-on-one interviews if you'd like with anyone. I'm standing with family. I'm not standing with strangers. And what you're seeing standing here shoulder to shoulder is the best of America. This is what America looks like. And this is what America will continue to look like. So regardless of what folks from outside want to come and tell us who Dearborn is, what Michigan stands for, I think you're going to see a resounding no to all the hate and a resounding hell yes to all the unity and the love that we're going to have. Yes, there we go, have yes. Forgive me, Father. And with that said, thank you all for coming out, and go Falcons in the second round of the playoffs. Thank you.
Thank you.